So Nintendo just released a trailer for the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. If you haven't checked out the trailer, go ahead and check it out in the link below or the link that is showing up on screen. So this is just going to be a quick overview of what we're seeing and maybe what any of this could mean, maybe things that you might have missed because this does go very fast. So there's some sort of magic binding together or holding in some sort of evil being. Obviously has been dead for a while. We see here Zelda and Link. Zelda is on this bowl here, and they're exploring some sort of cavern or dungeon. There is inscriptions on the wall of a warrior on a horse. This could be the being that is being bound in this central room. There's a lot of glow crystals and rats. There you go. So here's this being. You can see the Ganon like evil like black goo stuff like coming out from it. So obviously marking it as something that is evil. Not sure if it is actually related to Ganon. This may be the beginning set piece of what is to come of the story of this game. Zelda's getting water. This evil is spreading. So here's that being. So there is red hair on this being here. At least it looks like red hair. Obviously zombie looking, all like muscle. It looks like really creepy and cool. And then there's this light hand with gold wrapped around it, holding what looks to be a heart containing its evil. Obviously it looks like the evil is still escaping, which is probably why Link and Zelda are investigating this. There is some sort of crystal on the forehead of this being, which usually is Ganondorf usually has some sort of jewelry on his forehead, which is very interesting. So it could be a different incarnation of Ganon, or it could be a completely different evil force that they have to fight. So there was Link. His hand is glowing, similar to how the hand that was holding this creature, and so it could be that Link can help hold back this evil, or maybe that that he has to be entrusted to stop it, or maybe even release the evil to finally kill it. But it does look like it does release, and it shoots up and destroys that hand of light. And there's a lot of hand stuff in here. There's what I assume Link and Zelda grabbing hands. Looks like someone fell. There's a lot of hand symbolism here. Okay, so Link, I believe that's Link falling. Yeah, that's Link. And this hand of light is grabbing him and saving him. And then we get this shot, which I bet not a lot of people saw. It's this silhouette of this person here, and the hand of light grabbing them or about to grab them, which is not what is exactly happening in the scene. So it may be showing what it looked like when this first happened a long time ago. Creature looked a little more fully formed and less zombified in that, but it doesn't really tell you much. The cave is falling apart. Zelda falls right here, but then you see her immediately. So it looks like maybe you get separated from Zelda. And if you haven't noticed already, I should have pointed it out before, but Zelda, her hair is different in this game. It seems like a minor thing, but it's much shorter. And that kind of makes you kind of think that maybe she is more prepared for combat and that you could play as her. And this seemingly looking like they're being separated could mean that you play in separate areas as Link and as Zelda. It could be, though, this is part of that scene where they're grabbing hands and Link catches her. So that could be that. So, but it would be a pretty interesting mechanic that they do get separate, because you do see Zelda alone right here with this hand. It looks like the creature's hand, and it twitched a little bit. Twitches a little bit, so it is definitely coming back to life. Zelda doing that classic turnaround with a surprised look. That's from Ocarina of Time when she first meets Link. She turns around in that exact same way, so that's really cool that they keep that trait with her. Obviously, she's facing something much darker than just running into Link. And you get a close-up of this evil creature. Could still be Ganondorf. Has fangs, red hair, lots of jewelry. It does have this symbol here, I believe, of the Gerudo tribe. So that could very, very much hint at that is indeed Ganondorf, because Ganondorf is of the Gerudo tribe. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. That's just how I say it. So yeah, that is probably Ganondorf. And he turns towards the camera to look at Zelda. His eyes glow, ignite as he revives. And as this happens, we assume as this happens, that the castle then starts to lift from Hyrule. And you can see here that this is the Breath of the Wild world. Nothing has changed. Maybe the revival of Ganondorf, or if it's not Ganondorf, will change the world in some way, probably at the very least different enemies. So it's raising up into the sky, I assume, which is interesting, because does that mean everything is just going to take place in Hyrule? You never leave, Hyrule Castle. You never leave Hyrule Castle? Or, because that's strange to segment Hyrule Castle so much. It was segmented before by Calamity Ganon, and you kind of go into it, and then you're in this different section with different music and everything. But now, physically removing it from the land is a little strange, and this could be the final act, that you've explored the world that has led up to this moment. Now, for the final battle, you're lifted up into the air. But either way, it being segmented is a little puzzling, because does it fall back down? Does it stay up into the sky? It's a little difficult to tell. Um, and then we have some more of this greenish magic. The sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is now in development. So it is, in fact, a sequel. I'm really liking Zelda's new haircut, and I'm really liking the creepy nature of this evil force, which is probably Ganondorf. And I'm really liking that it is possibly portraying that there is going to be more story in this game, because I was really missing that in the Breath of the Wild, which was an amazing game, but I really loved like the story of like Twilight Princess, and I did somewhat enjoy the story of Skyward Sword. But if we could just have the best of both worlds, of great gameplay and the great story, I would really enjoy that. I have no problem at all that they're just reusing the world and the game engine and the art. I really enjoyed the Majora's Mask game, which is a sequel. That's my favorite Zelda game. So I think Zelda sequels can do very well, and I'm really excited and looking forward to seeing more about this. Probably not for a very long time. So hopefully I was able to cover everything. If you saw something that I didn't catch, please let me know in the comments. And just wait around and be excited for Zelda, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.